Okay, this is the next questions on enlargement. Question 10 on 5 to 7, question 2 on the 6 to 9. Notice enlargements with the scale factor. That means we're going to draw a similar shape, same, all the sides are in the same proportions, and the proportion is by a factor of 2, and it creates similar shapes. Now, all distances in this are scaled by a factor of 2 from the point you're given as a centre, this point A here. Now, there's a number of ways of doing these. You can actually do them each point individually and stretch them, or you can find the first point where this moves to, and then do scale factors of each edge, because the scale factor applies to all distances. Therefore, distances will also double. So effectively, create an instruction to get to a point on this. So it's 3 right, 1 down. Double the instruction, so from A, 6 right, 2 down. And that's my starting point. So I took the instruction from A of going 3, and then 1 down. Double it. And it becomes double, cross 6 and down 2. That's my starting point. So go around the shape, it says go right 2, so double it is right 4, down 4, double it is down 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, left 2, double it, it's left 4, and up 4 becomes up 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'm in the same shape. Twice as big in each direction. Notice the area is not twice as big, but 4 times as big. 2 by 4 is 8 squares, 4 by 8 is 32, so it's actually 4 times bigger. Check that's finished. Question 11 uses something called Heron's formula, which is a way of calculating the outside of a triangle when you know the sides. There doesn't have to be a right angle. And S is the semi-perimeter, they call it. It's half the perimeter. Useful formula. Quite a lot of Russian Olympiad stuff quite likely using this formula. So the triangle has. So, you need to work out the area of the triangle given the sides 3, 5 and 6. They've already given us the units, so we're not even being tested on that. It's a matter of putting the numbers into the formula. First of all, let's calculate S. So 3 plus 5 plus 6, all divided by 2. Just make sure I can use my calculator properly. Because of the way they do this, we do the addition first, and we can either do it by doing a bracket or do first a calculation of 3 plus 5 plus 6, and that gives us 14. When we half it, it's going to be 7, or type into my calculator the whole formula with the numbers dropped in and a bracket around the numerator. This is a bit like the number calculation I did in a video ago, and it gives me the answer 7. So now we need to do the long formula. So the area is equal to the square root of, we need to put 7 and 7 minus 3 times 7 minus 5 and 7 minus 6. All of that is then square rooted. Now, rather than typing all of these in, I can see the differences are going to be 4, 2 and 1. So I'm just going to do 7 times 4 times 2 times 1 and square root the answer. So, first of all, 7 times 4 times 2 times 1 equals 56, and square root of my answer. So it's the square root of 56, and the answer comes out as 7.4833, and again I would expect to at least go millimetres squared, so 2 places in my decimal, so 7.48 centimetres squared. If I do just one place, that's quite a big potential area for error. I think they would actually accept 7.5, but they will not accept 7. Okay, so this sort of answer is needed. You can show a lot more accuracy than this, but my instruction of go to millimetre, because it's squared, millimetres from centimetres is 1 decimal place. Squaring it means only 2 places. That's my argument for this 748. Right. Question 12. A teacher choose a pupil from 9A at random. Here's some information about pupils in a class 9A. At the top here. There's right-handed girls, right-handed boys, left-handed girls, left-handed boys. What's the probability the pupil will be a girl? So a random pupil, first of all we need to know how many pupils are there in total. There are 14 girls, there are 16 boys, and there are 30 pupils in total. So the probability person will be girl, number of girls is 14, possible choices was 30 people. You do not need to simplify these fractions, they have not said simplify. So although 7 over 15 is a fraction, a valid answer, you do not need to simplify to it. Decimal values, make sure you're doing 2 3 places at least. You can even give it as percentages. I would say percentages on probability, 1 decimal place minimum. Chosen pupil will be left-handed. So we've got 3 left-handers out of everybody in the class. So the probability will be 3 left-handed out of 30. And the teacher chooses a pupil at random. She tells the class the pupil is left-handed. So we're only looking at left-handed pupil. What's the probability left-handed pupil is a boy? So now, because we're only looking at left-handed, the only bit of the table that matters is this. And probability of a boy out of left-handed is 2 out of 3 people. So 2 out of 3. So ignore anybody else. So left-handed boy is 2, left-handed is 3 people. That's why that probability is 2/3. Moving on, number 13. We've got TVs and ratios. This is another ratio question. I've done quite a few of these fairly recently in this paper. And they all want to know the size of this TV. So we have screens, widescreen and standard TVs. They have different proportions, 9:16 and 3:4. These are height to width. It's an odd arrangement. Kerry starts scale drawing of these televisions. For each, the height is 4.5 centimetres. What should the width of it be? So we have the scale 9 to 16, and we want to go to 4.5. I'm halving it. So I halve that distance, 8 centimetres. You can do them as fractions. 9/16 is equal to Rx divided by 4.5 divided by Rx, the same lengths. These are the equivalent sides. You can flip it and then multiply by 4.5. So 16 over 9, and we're going to get halving again, 8 centimetres. Okay. This one's 4.5 and the ratio is 3 to 4. To 4.5. Now you might recognise the scaling here, or use this technique. The x I want divided by 4.5 is equal to the 4 is in the same place and the 3 is in the opposite side. Rearrange and multiply by 4.5. You could also recognise that this is actually a 3 plus a half. So you could actually just multiply by 1.5, therefore you could do that in your head, or use a calculator to do a rearrangement, the rearranged form over here. So we've got 4.5 multiplied by 4 and divide by 3. And we get an answer 6 again. Okay. Any method's fine, just showing you options and alternatives. And I'll leave that video there.